This is Zenzi. We're going to be Linda Hamiltoning right now. Get me to the governor. It's coming together so nicely. Just got to hear somebody say, I get you. Okay, here we go. Stanford summer starts Monday. It's Wednesday. Beyond the road in 7 days. Please pay me some money for this work. I'm trying to save the species from self-extincting. I am, in no uncertain terms, going to be able to be to philosophy what Richard Feynman was to physics. Simple equation. I need to talk to Robert Sapolsky, Stanford, right now. I need some help staying alive. And I'm a great guinea pig. Philosopher, iconoclastista. I want to get to the denouement. Griot. We are all African ancestrally. I need the money to invest in well-being philosophy. This goes out to the Will and Jada Smith Family Foundation, including Trey and Jaden and Willow. Got a number here of projects need to be funded to save our species from self-extincting in approximately 30 years. Based on the truism of evolutionary logic, we are all African ancestrally. Who has that gotten twisted? There is some bad thinking going on just about everywhere I look. My work is going to fix fatal blind spots. Tiny little philosophical way. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. Fix the problems in Descartes. There is no mind-body duality. Newton, we're going to figure out that gravity is a very weak force. But what is a strong force? Life force. I am the inventor of life-centric thinking. $1 billion education empire. Nobody listening to me, this is crazy. And when things like this happen, my biceps just burning. Mama said knock you out. Go look at the tussle of brain muscles. I'll be getting a little Muhammad Ali. And like Muhammad Ali, Malcolm X, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I've been fasting because I have no money and I have no idea why nobody will give me money for the caliber of work I'm offering. But anyway, we're living through a hashtag neurodemic. Something is wrong with adult attention spans in the US of hypocrisy. This is social impact. This is everything. It is a poetic theory. Capital POE. It's a philosophy of everything that is conscious. That's sort of the hard problem of consciousness into an easy pivot. And then once you do that, you have to do the regression thinking and go, whoa, none of this makes sense. The Western whiteness thought tradition makes no sense. There is so much hypocrisy. I don't know what y'all's brains is doing. The life-centric thinking changes all that. Life-centric thinking goes out to every single one of the 8 billion humans across every nook and cranny of Earth, and we start understanding evolutionary logic plus love intertwined. We are all African ancestrally. Start getting us all back together. Look, the problem isn't really the white supremacists. They are horrible and evil. That's so true. But it's these vast delusions of the whiteness thought tradition. Hierarchy and patriarchy and plantation capitalism. Economic systems should not be killing humans. Economic systems should not make a very smart person like me doing all this work, having all this creativity, ready to go, and thousands of people have left me for dead. This is a faulty, flawed, and fraudulent civilization. And the rampant evil of the colonial mindset, it's beyond me. It's right now ended. I love every human across every nook and cranny of this earth. The entire global majority of people with denser melanin quotients are beautiful to me. Mind and body. They're so intertwined. And are thinking none of the science that's being done right now. I don't know what is going on. It's getting better. Tiny bits. Okay. But that doesn't mean that we don't need one person being the science communicator to all of us. A global hive mind, life-centric thinking. It's philosophy level. Go do all the rest of your all silos and expertise. We need one generalist. Believe I'm having to be the one shouting about all this, but nobody else is stepping up. There's a whole channel, #Redheaded She-Hulk. It is the innovation of emotional reparations. My work. #StandUp Philosophy. Check out the YouTube channel, #Redheaded She-Hulk, and the playlist, #Chappelle Challenge. This is Dave Chappelle. Long red braids. Now we're entirely different people. We come at this the same, but I reverse engineered. How do I express what I express? Having the cultural impact that DC does. Working at that. Now, once I hit the end zone of the Chappelle Challenge and got to his godfather, who's too sick to talk to me, and I want to help him not be sick. I'm more worried about that than, I'll get to DC another way than his godfather. So on I go. Jada comes at me. Her memoir. Jada's like, don't go, girl. Do not. I want Jada to direct #Redheaded She-Hulk. Way too much of a autistic, what we used to call tomboy. We need more better words. Whole life I'm this non-binary person. I ain't have the language. Then, when I evaporated 150 pounds in the 15 months after turning 50, see, it's like she is crazy. No, I've done these things. I'm sorry that your brain has become so rigid that you can't just follow along with a very honest human telling a fantastic story. Either she worked for 4 years Chappelle Challenge to figure out how to pull it all together, and then she now is trying to get funding from the Smith Family Foundation because Will Smith's mom saved my life. There's a lot. I got a lot of things to say, but it was in Will's memoir. And he pointed out that my co-alum, Carnegie Mellon Women, me and Will Smith's mom, right in the front of the book, like page 20, how she let him exaggerate real life and create with it and explain how some things just grabbed him, like there was a trombone shorty challenge. I gotta get at this work. There is really a trombone shorty challenge. Oh, but before you get down with that, we're going to do the fittest 55-year-old, and I am asking my brother from a TV mother, Lenny Kravitz, on a date while I'm still 55. We got months left. Let's make this all happen. Venmo, cash at me. $ Deb Helfrich. DEB HELFRICH. Keep me alive. Let me get to Stanford and do this work. I already paid a lot of emotional reparations. I want to talk to Robert Sapolsky to not give away to Stanford where I want footing. I want Will Smith to pay for me to enroll to learn Africana philosophy at Howard so that we can fund a graduate program. Howard has the only philosophy department of any HBCU. This is a growth industry. We'll get all the data. I'll talk to you about that. Yes, it's important. Griots, we are not. Who is the intelligent person in any given community? We need like there's statistics on you need this many doctors for this many people. Well, we need this many philosophers for this many people. Right now, we need a lot more philosophers density than we need doctors. My first New York Times caliber bestseller, Placebo, Power to the People. I'm explaining the whole philosophy of placebo tools. And we'll be able to pull back a little bit from the pharma hegemony. All to save our species from self-extincting in approximately 30 years. We've got a lot to be changing. And we're just thought experiments. This is a thought experiment. This is philosophy. It's creative philosophy. It's a scenario where Will Smith sends me to college. #free will gathering. I tried to see this at Carnegie Mellon. But yeah, just like Goodwill Hunting. #free will gathering. And that free will gathering, which I made at Carnegie Mellon, and I just couldn't get the algorithms to come, that is back there. They get zero, I don't know, zero money Carnegie Mellon gets. They left me in the parking lot to die. So now Will Smith paid for me to go to Howard. It's only standalone philosophy. I get to learn Africana. I just want to go in and do the BA stuff again. And then I will, at the same time, write my master's thesis on life-centric thinking at Howard. We'll figure out how to make life-centric thinking $1 billion. We got to tell all 8 billion humans. So we'll get people, governments. Richard Branson will be writing some checks. Oprah and Tyler Perry and Mackenzie Scott. That's my 4 billionaire. And then Arnold Schwarzenegger. I got, the level of, let's make sure this is all copacetic. Let's do this all the right way. For the betterment of humanity. Moving humanity forward as is. Maria Drivers would say. All these limited ways we have relationships. Okay. Y'all have these great lives and these great relationships. Where? Why the societal pressure for humans to mate for life? Mate for the kids. But there's a lot of us, and there is a lot of love missing from this world, and we need to stop with these labels, and people want to just be like, you're cool. Then let them pursue their adultness. There's craziness in this system. The whiteness thought tradition. I know, it's just like, I'm the only one over here. I don't pay attention to anybody else because I don't have any money. And so, but creating philosophy is an industry, not as just this academic little ivory tower thing. Philosophy, the industry. anyone who knows anything about African history and griots, we're funding these right now. How am I going to do it? Well, first off, there's all this entercation, life-centric thinking. It's going to be webinars, all this, I want to go on tour around all the globe, do a little hashtag Socratic improv, a lot of, right? And then, people will come in and will edit the videos down to more linear formats. This is definitely concentric thinking. I have a very useful neurotype. Again, I'm not trying to hierarchy. I'm trying to describe it. And then everyone's like, oh, don't think so nice of yourself. If you aren't your own biggest fan, you've been bamboozled by the whiteness thought tradition. We need to clear out this thing when people can't say the best about themselves, that people can't strive to be exactly who they are. That is craziness, and this has gone longer than it should have, but that's all right. That's all right. Emotional reparations. My work is about love Black humans, and I'm holding whiteness accountable. Statement number 1. I love Black humans. I cannot let this continue. And I'm over here doing all this stuff, and it's too controversial for most people. Where the minds are rigid, so many rigid minds. Let's defrag the zeitgeist. Things like the Cartesian split. Newton, gravity, it's a weak force. What's stronger? Light force. And who else we got to fix? Darwin. That's where I need to go to Robert Sapolsky at Stanford. So that's where I get the intellectual props that I need. Conversations with Robert Sapolsky. Which again, we want to like Einstein and Niels Bohr. Or Richard Feynman and John Archibald Wheeler. That's a better one. Stanford, I would like to, they're the only one with the philosophy and neuroscience that I need in combination. Because we got to fund a graduate program at Howard, Will Smith. And in funding that graduate program, I'll get you your money back. Well, probably you're just not going to want it. Because the money from life-centric thinking, the $1 billion education empire getting started right there. That we see that from Howard, from me learning Africana philosophy, from getting a second BA in philosophy. And then write up the master's thesis. And I will give it to Howard in a consortium for reparations, financial reparations, life-centric thinking. Now, we want to also not ignore the global majority. It's very challenging to not think in silos. And so there's a lot more, already billions of dollars. There's a lot in this brain, a lot of ways. And they're thought experiments. We play around with them. And then some billionaire's like, oh yeah, that. I'll go partner with her on that. And get a lot done really quickly with life-centric thinking. Descartes, Newton, Darwin, Freud. Turns out I'm the large redheaded girl who's grown up to give Sigmund Freud vagina envy. I have MRI data. I have MEG data. Sue me. I've got more data, so I see the blind spots in these old guys. But it seems to me that most of the experts are, and this is Richard Feynman when he did the redid the lecture at Caltech. The freshman, freshmen couldn't handle to your physics course. He started at the atom. See, this is astuteness. Because part of the problem is we're first off, it's just memorization of what some old white man said. And then we go through history linearly. Well, just as our brains develop and we put in information, and most of us are unaware of all of the biases and assumptions that got in our childhood. And there's ways to get free of those. That's all I've really done is and did do a lot as a child is I don't know what y'all are saying. Might as well. I'm first grade. Might as well. And I'm reading, and I'm thinking I'm really good at reading. I go through the book. I see the largest word is helicopter. I'm like, okay, what you want to teach me for reading? Well, they didn't need. I was already reading at 5th grade level. By 2nd or 3rd grade, I was reading at 12th grade level. Why was nobody go and help this child use her mind appropriately? I had to weigh 333 pounds until I was 50, insulating myself because I couldn't find anyone smart enough, and then I still can't find anyone smart enough. The trauma healing, the accurate emotions, coming up with things. This is why I'm one of the safest humans to do this kind of work. How do we reorganize the thinking so we're not just all combatively, spouting ignorance? The art of Socratic dialogue, that's not even my wheelhouse. I do Socratic improvs, Socratic monologues. But there's some podcasting stuff, hashtag Breaking Brilliant will definitely show. For me, it's not about writing the linear, here's how Socratic, no, not the words about Socratic improv, Socratic dialogue. I just got to demonstrate Socratic dialogue. That's another Feynman overlap, parallel, union. For somebody, I wanted to be a physicist as a child. 9, and then I took my high school physics. I was like, that's crap. I get into Carnegie Mellon, I'm accepted. I get the catalog, I look at physics. What most people would have done is is on the left is physics with psychology. Let me tell you what, 100% of everyone else that's not me would have switched. Well, yeah, I don't like physics. We'll start with psychology. I'll pull the physics back up to philosophy. I was a born philosopher, but nothing until that moment had the word even been uttered, and I'm like, that's me. Nobody ever heard me say that. Nobody ever asked me who I was. Nobody. I was really locked in. It's very traumatic. But I'm this interesting case, and this is another reason. It's just my life experiences. There's no real magic. There's no magic here. I can explain all of this, and this is Sapolsky where we're at with free will. There is none in the current scientific paradigm. And we need to do a lot of fixing of the systems of dehumanization to match what's that. We do that, we're all good. And then some of you who can keep up with me, there's free will. As a new variable, Free Big Willie style. Will Smith, send me to Howard. A wonderful philosophy department where I can seed life-centric thinking and then determine the best place to do the rest of under the top of the iceberg, which that was, is I actually have soul consciousness, and I actually do have a better definition of chronic disease and mental illness, which changes how we saving Well, 8 billion lives. First, I got to do it mentally, then physically, but we got to go quickly because it's all I embody, therefore I am. This has been Zenzi, philosophical hashtag Socratic improv on how to save our species from self-extincting in approximately 30 years using life-centric thinking and the philosophical hypothesis of bioelectromagnetism, which yields a unifying theory of human energy, potential, and well-being. Will-being philosophy. Who wants to name buildings and stuff on campuses? Well, you could name a whole new arena of philosophy based on quantum physiology. Oh, yeah. She fine, man. Bioelectromagnetism. Takes this whole bit. You know, she Einstein of consciousness. Don't we know who Richard Feynman is, really? Physicists become quite celebrity, and he was quite the altered states of consciousness out loud sort of person. We are who we are, and we enjoy being who we are, and there's a lot to being human. Oh, we just been socialized and brutalized and whitewashed down into these little tiny little... No, be your big, beautiful, brilliant self. Oh, by the way, and in all this educational stuff, I'm also the creator. The Netflix streaming series, hashtag Breaking Brilliant. Whereas those men made meth, this woman wakes wisdom. I'm the one that shouts, Mama says knock you out. Don't call it a comeback. I'm Fresh Prince from scratch. Loads of money. But nothing. This chick is totally free of the evil of the whiteness thought tradition. Harmony.